want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. 'Cause I just wanna see the light.
It's Tier 2 showtime!
Light.
And they're on in a race time. But I know which way to go, left or right. It's all eyes on the Ferrari. Stylo has done the impossible. This is the move. This is the moment.
And that puts in Rapture on the podium.
But it's this man who comes home victorious. It's Red Bull. Hendricks who wins. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another round here of Moose Racing League action in Tier 1. My name is Punju, and I cannot believe I'm joining you guys for the third to last round of the Season 10 Championship. We're already here on round 8, and we're at Jeddah, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, the Jeddah Corniche circuit, and it's a crazy street circuit with tons of twists, turns, and action ahead of us, and the best action is right next to me in this commentary box. It's my good friend, Mr. Yellow Snowman. How's it going, buddy?
What a surprise. I made it.
Absolutely.
It's going great, man. We're here. It's Tier 1 time. The premier event everyone's waiting for.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it, man.
So, you know, I think it's fun because you, I think, are the first person to have driven in this tier and then gotten out of it and then going into the commentary. So I'm really excited to see your point of view as like how this race goes down. This happens a lot in endurance racing, ironically enough, is people who are actively driving will like get out of the car between their stints and then just jump out and then go commentate and then just jump back in. So you're kind of like that. Right now, I think Jensen Button's the last one to do it. So should I change your name to Jensen instead?
It might as well. And oddly enough, that is basically what I'm doing in between stints because I'm out of Tier 1 this season. But if you've seen Tier 2, I'll probably be back here next season. So
yep,
perfectly in between stints.
Yep. And also, ironically enough, speaking of stints, you're going to have a stint in no assists right after this. So
absolutely.
Literally the definition of Jensen Button commentary right here. Well, you know, Jensen Button would love the look of this track, though he never got a chance to race it. It's Jeddah. It's crazy. Absolutely wild. 27 corners, the most corners on any track of the F1 calendar with 6.1 kilometers to cover. For those of you guys that don't like talking in freedom units. Obviously, the scary ones, in my opinion, is turn 22, the Lance Stroll corner as of yesterday. And then, of course, turn 1, 2, and 3. Which corners are you expecting the most action to happen at today?
Most action will be down the back straight. The actual final back straight. That's where I think it's going to be because you're going to see a lot of DRS chess, as I like to say when everyone else likes to say, with the double DRS zones. Actually, a triple DRS zone because you had the one before it too. Basically, half the track is a DRS zone consecutively, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, I expect to see a lot of chicken and not passing when you should. Just to get DRS.
Yep. Oh, yeah. We'll see a little bit of that. You know, I've noticed, though, that Tier 1 doesn't seem to have too much DRS chicken. They actually prefer to leapfrog, which I think is usually good. But then again, that's what I'm looking at the front. Most of the time, stuff a little bit behind there is where all the chaos happens, and I haven't gotten a chance to watch all the chaos. Now, you've been stuck in the center of all that chaos, so you know much better than I do about this DRS chicken. So it sounds like this is coming from a place of pain and previous memories. Am I correct on that?
Pain, but patience now. I've learned that you have to just deal with it because some people never learn.
Nope. No, they do not. Well, you know what? A lot of these drivers have learned how to go super duper quick around this track. We've already got a couple times actually up on the board. Let's go ahead and jump in to our race as we are going right here. Let's see what these guys got. Two drivers. The first two to put times on the board were actually City of R and Supplier after the two Alpha Tauris for the night with Tachubi, excuse me. Sorry, buddy. A reserve. Currently sitting provisional at 25.9. That's disgusting. What was the Tier 2 pole time?
I didn't look because I crashed out at turn 4 the first turn. I think it was somewhere in the 26. No one definitely dipped into the 20. I think it was 26 flat. So 25.9 banker is disgusting, to say the least.
Yep. Yeah, it's quite disgusting. I'm expecting even more disgustingness, obviously, from your guy, Mr. Marcus Libs, right here. He's currently, looks like, on an actual lap as well, so I'm curious to see what he's going to get done. Sebi is on inters. Uh-oh. Sebi about to get penalized. Sebi. Uh-oh. Somebody clip that. Yellow, you're like, notes?
That's an interesting one.
Yep. Also, I don't know why I'm stuck on a reverse camera.
You're stuck on a reverse camera. Oh.
That's a new one. Look at this.
Now
And I
looking,
can't-
that is something else up.
Nice. Nice. We love this.
Right, we'll stick with the offboards for qualifying, I guess.
Hopefully it's just for qualifying, but if it ends up being the race, we're going to have to figure out something. It could just be a disconnect the controller and reconnect it. Actually, let's try a little bit of that. It usually seems to work. But before we do that, look at Marcus Libs Banker, 26.4, Xylo 26.3. That Chuby comes out swinging. That 25.9 is immediately looking scarier and scarier. I thought we were going to see a couple people around 26.0, 26.1 for these bankers, but nobody?
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Lakota's also sad as a team principal. He's like, God dang it, Sebi. Who's, yes. He's been caught red-handed, or should I say green-handed, I guess, technically. Now, other people we should take a look at is actually just kind of the standings going into this race. The standings going into this race is quite tight. Cookie obviously leading the championship by only 24 points, so if he was to have a howler of a race today and DNF out of it, and Marcus gets himself a win, it has entirely flipped itself on its head, and we're level pegging, basically going into the second to last round. Supply Raptor is, I think, mathematically almost out of this championship at this point. He's 81 points out. Yeah, he's out.
I'm just gonna go ahead and declare everyone that is not Cookie and Marcus
Correct.
out of contention.
Yeah, he actually is mathematically out as well, because it's 75. It's 78
eruption.
points max. Oh yeah, that's a quick one. Yeah, so if it's 78 points max, Supply Raptor is out of contention by 3 points now. Brutal, but you know what? Great run for everybody. I mean, obviously the fight behind that though is really great. Look at all those people that are right in that 40-point range. You got Master Turtle all the way up to Drix, just within 8 points of each other. So that's real tight as well. This is gonna be fun to watch the finish of this. Now the rest of this,
it just goes to show how scarce points are, because if Drix DNFs twice in a
Seriously.
row and he's still in fourth or fifth or sixth, whatever. I think it was fourth, right? I think I saw fourth.
yeah,
But he's
I mean,
still up there. It's crazy.
it's crazy. I think a lot of it is because of the fact if you look at the top two guys, look at them grabbing first and second basically every single race. And so your top 2 points positions are just like automatically gone if you just enter the race. So it's pretty hard for these guys.
Yeah.
They're quite stuck for sure. But you know what? I think we see some interesting racing tonight. Now, taking a look at last race, we got Cookie obviously with the win. Marcus Libs coming home in second, Supply Raptor in third. They matched up to the championship standings. So I'm excited to see how they how it goes down here. Cookie was very confident at the last track, but he's not too confident here. So we shall see. Obviously, the full team standings is something that everyone's talking about. The Alpine team has been cooking. Rich Sebi, unfortunately, giving himself a penalty here. Not going to be helping the Alpine team up at the top, but Aston Martin is doing a great job as well, along with Red Bull and Ferrari. You guys are not too far behind, 34 points away. One good weekend equals a championship lead. So it's really honestly, it's really anyone's game for the top 5. I mean, Haas is still really in it. It's getting a little bit more hairy for AlphaTauri and down, and Williams. I mean, do we have a chance, Yellow? Can you math us? Do we even have a chance?
It's possible. The max is like 220 in a week if you get 1-2s every tier. So still possible. But,
You heard that here.
Highly unlikely, but it's possible.
You never know, right? You never know. Well, let's go ahead and get into this thing and get stuck into the action. So far, this qualifying has been relatively calm. Hasn't been too crazy. I haven't seen a bunch of action, stuff like that. I do want to see what Drix is going to do. He's obviously going into the pits right now, so we can't watch him. Giants fan, though, on this reverse camera. Let me see if I can fix up what's going on with this camera. He's looking like he's cooking this lap right here. Go ahead and talk us through this one.
Go to it, Giants fan, as he goes into the beginning of Sector 2. This hairpin's such a tricky one. You want to get in deep and ride all of the exit into the edge of the wall, but don't tap it. It'll cost you a few hundreds. And here we go. This next section here, as close to the left wall as you can. Oh my goodness, Giants fan, ever so close. That was scary. to the edge of the wall there, just razor thin margins, and down here this long straight all the way down into the Lance Stroll corner. Don't go too far into the left on the entry or else you will regret it. He does not. Takes a very decent line. A little bit of time lost in the exit, but pretty smooth. And you hug the wall all the way down for the shortest distance to the next corner. Watch the car on the right before he hits you. Another car on the right, get out of the way. Final corner, wide entry, tuck it in nice and deep into the apex, and quick on the throttle. And that looks to be a decent time from Giants fan to the line.
I
Should
see
be in the 26s.
Oh, 26.6. Not bad.
Just behind Brew.
Yeah, he's we all keep saying that Giants fans a little bit washed here now that he's been putting so much time into the iRaging, and you know, it seems like the wash is starting to wash off. That's a pretty solid time. Now, however, take a look at the gaps between people. He's only 1/100th of a basically 1.5 hundredths of a second ahead of Cookie, and just 4 1,000ths behind Throat Yogurt. So
yeah,
it's right there.
Who is on the lap right now?
Oh, is he?
Can do.
Ooh, he's just starting one. Yeah, let's go ahead and walk this one as well. I mean, he looks like he's definitely going to be putting a little bit more aggression into this one. He's already got his banker down there as well, so, you know, he's really got nothing else to lose. And his banker's pretty good. A 26.6 will put him at least, in my opinion, in the top 13 of the day. I don't think he's going to lose more than 5 positions, but this is an incredibly fast Sector 1. Did he even lift?
Sector 1. That was scary. That very close to the wall. Already gained 1.5 tenths.
Yep.
How's he going to take it here?
Well, speaking
a little
of
bit more on the inside.
yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of good laps, look at Estenbach. He just sneaked himself up into second. And Marcus Libbs also snuck into third into the 25s. 3 drivers into the 25s already, and we still have over 5 minutes left in qualifying. Man,
those are razor thin margins. My goodness,
yeah.
That is like a gram off the throttle more than you should be, and that's how much you're losing. And yes, I said a gram.
Whoa. Look at the way he just threw himself into those first couple corners of Sector 3. 22, 23, and 24. I don't think I've seen somebody more committed to those corners in a while. That was incredible lineage from Throat Yogurt. Let's see how he handles his final corner, the Max Verstappen corner. But he does a much better job than Max Verstappen ever did. I think he should be the F1 champion. Throat Yogurt about to come across the line. Let's see what he's got. Will he beat that pole time? No, he won't, but it's a 26.480. Improves by 1.5 tenths. Hardly gets himself any positions.
I think he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, he's still going to have one more. I bet you he gets himself down to 26.2, which blows my mind that I'm saying that. But I think he will. I think we're going to have 6 drivers into the 25s, is my hot take here. Do you think we get 6? That's my guess. I'm going to say 6. Are you going over or under?
We'll go with 4. I think we're capped up. One more.
One more. Who would it be?
Yeah.
I think
Zylo. If I had to go with one, Zylo.
Jerks is on a lap right now. Oh, just kidding. He just invalidated as I jump onto his camera.
Drix is controller. Slapper. I don't think he'll get into the 25s. That's a little big of an ask.
That's a good point. It is a very tough track for the controller players as well. You're on a controller. How did you find how did you fare this track? Obviously, qualifying not so great, but the race. What did you feel when it comes to the feel and like how you could stick into the race and all the laps and getting dialed in?
I'd like to say I got into a rhythm, but it took us about half an hour to get more than one consecutive lap of racing. So I guess just avoiding carnage because there's a very high possibility of carnage. Granted, Tier 1 has been very, very immaculate with their driving.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little tougher. You'll have to have some sort of front end pace. Really, a lot of it comes down to managing your tires too, because contrary to real life, the tire wear is very high in this game on this track when it shouldn't be.
Yes. Yeah, I've always thought it's kind of interesting why the tire wear is so high on this track, when honestly, it seems like a track that it usually wouldn't be a super high tire wear track. I mean, like, yeah, the corners are fast, but they're not long corners. And that's the thing that really wears out your tire, is a long corner, not necessarily a fast one.
Same with the surface, too. A lot of things you see with these street tracks, they're not the same kind of asphalt that a track-specific course would be,
Mm-hmm.
Then again, it is a track-specific course, but it's in the city, you know what I mean? It was made as a track-specific course. I keep forgetting about that, but
yep,
that's true.
Absolutely. Now, by the way, for those of you guys that are watching here tonight, make sure you join the Discord. It should be in the YouTube description below. If you guys haven't joined as well, hello, welcome to everybody here in the chat. I see I'm getting some reports. Happy Light Pies, did he win Tier 2?
He did. He got an advantageous safety car that worked out for him. I was right behind them, but
let's
I was busy getting dive bombed to keep close. Congratulations on his win.
You know what? I think
very well.
That is some nice commiserations for his extremely difficult season. So good job for him. I just like it when somebody who's had a tough season gets a good result outside of the team bias. It's just nice to see that he's actually getting some luck sent over to his way. Master Turtle invalidated on his very first bit of an attempt here on his would have been first hot lap. So let's see if he can get a lap down. He's going to be pretty low on fuel. What do you think Turtle's going to be doing? I mean, he can't pit, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have time to pit.
But he's hauling.
Yeah, he does not have time to pit. Yeah, I think he might try to, but I don't think he has time.
I don't think so either.
By the time you get in, that's at least 40 seconds, because those engineers are very slow putting them in the garage.
That they are. They want to take their sweet old time. They want to go ahead and look at every single nut and bolt as they're putting you up under the jacks. I don't know, man. Let's see what he does. That didn't look like a launch of intent.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for it, but the way he took that final corner, he did not get a great run to the line.
No, definitely not. So far, teams that look the most solid, obviously the Ferrari team looks really good. McLaren's looking pretty good too, rounding out both first and 10th of the current qualifying standings. And as well, honestly, the Red Bull guys look pretty good. Minico a little bit off the pace, but that 14th place is not representative of his pace. He's less than 2/10 away from 10th. So, or just barely 2/10 away from 10th. So, it's really not that bad of a lap, honestly. It's just the margins are so thin. So I think the Red Bull guys are still looking pretty scary. Cookie, though, notably slower here than Marcus Libbs. Big difference between the two championship rivals. So we'll see what happens there.
I'm already looking at this traffic for City of R on his lap. This poor guy has about 5 more cars to navigate.
The traffic for Master
a full sector of cars.
Master Turtle's also right on it as well. He's about to come up to the first bit of traffic. Oh, they need to get out of the way. Oh, my gosh, Master Turtle. Master Turtle! You're taking this way aggressive. He's trying to get slipstream while also making sure they get out of the way. And I think he tucks in underneath them, and they think, oh, shoot, I need to move. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
But it's all going to be in vain. He has no ERS left.
I know.
It's all going to be in vain. He's going to lose so much time down these 2 straights here. It's brutal to watch. To the line, we'll see what it ends up being, but it's not going to be an improvement.
It's because he didn't turn off his ERS on that second hot lap that he had. He cuts over the corner, which is allowed in the game, but not allowed in real life. 28.339, very unrepresentative time here. That's almost 3 seconds away from the pole position, the current provisional pole, which is Techubi, who's starting lap right here. I want to watch him and obviously Marcus Libbs as well. Marcus Libbs, he's in the middle of a lap right here. Cookie's on an out lap. So I'm going to go ahead and care about the 2 championship rivals for now. Let's see what Marcus does. It looks ridiculously hooked up so far through Sector 1. Does hit a little more brakes than some of these other drivers have. And he's just about a 0.5 up. How is he a 0.5 up right now? Just unbelievable. That's a crazy Sector 1. He's about to hit the throttle. Perfectly nails that exit coming out of the sweeping hairpin in the back of the track. How's he handle this part right here going into the middle of Sector 2? Phenomenal line. Gets just over the curve. Almost a little squirrely, didn't he, like that right there?
That's how you get all the pace out of the car.
Absolutely true. Well, how's it going to be right here? He's about to come across the sector marker. He's actually down on his best lap, 0.07 of a second. So needs to find something magical. That was
probably kill the lap.
That was Supply Raptor on the outside. I mean, it's margins right now. The margins you said are thin right here, so you never know. Whoa! What was a huge dodge for Marcus Libbs. Just barely get out of harm's way. I think it definitely did hurt him, though. Xylo, you were right on the 25. Gets the 4th one of the day, and that's Marcus not improving.
He put an identical time up.
That's insane.
25.989. So if it wasn't for that little tap with Supply Raptor, that could have been pole.
It could have been. Wow. It would have had to have over a 10th, though, keep in mind. So he would have had to have like a really good final sector. Techubi goes and throws it down.
Estenbaugh too. Look at Estenbaugh.
That's a fast one as well. What are these guys? What's Cookie got? He's 2/10 up in his best as well. Cookie's improving as well. He's about to get to 26.1 at least, if not faster. How does he handle the final couple corners? 26.2. Just kidding.
Lost a little bit of time at the end, but
definitely did.
Holy moly!
Last one's Drix. Is Drix about to shock us? One shot for here. 26.1 for Drix on a one shot? Get out of town, dude. That's unbelievable.
Take a bow. What a qualifying.
Yeah, Techubi absolutely throwed it down as a reserve in his very first race here in Moose Racing League. Gets pole in the hardest tier, in the most competitive tier one we've ever had. It's these 3-letter junior esports people, man. ABE Techubi goes and throws it down. Congratulations to him for an amazing pole position for the McLaren team. 1.1 tenths ahead of Estenbaugh. That's mega in this tier. That's huge.
Yeah, that might as well be a mile difference.
Yeah, that's huge. So that's Esteban to second, though. Xylo into third. Great one from him. Marcus Lids in Eruption, the two Ferraris rounding out fourth and fifth. We got Arcadia Drix, 3/100ths of a second separating Arcadia and Drix. Supply Raptor just right in there as well, 3/100ths away from that. And then we've got Giants Fan in ninth, and Cookie rounds out the top 10, 3/1000ths away from Giants Fan. Giants Fan beating Cookie. Well done right there. Then we got exactly a 10th separate Minico and Snakey in 11th and 12th. Throat Yogurt, Bops, Sketchy Bull, City of R, Gamer, Mark 7 Hitch, Master Turtle, and of course Rich Sebi DNFing, retiring out of the pits with his intermediate lap. That is definitely going to get him a penalty. I'm hearing Stig say that's 70th on the time trial times with the 25.6.
No words.
Dude, that's incredible. It's actually incredible. It's so cool to see.
There are literal esports guys that can't put that time up, that kind of a time up if it's 70th. You know, like there will be some that aren't as good as Jeddah. That is crazy.
Yeah. That's interesting to see what happens. Rich Sebi says, "What's the penalty for Inter's skull face?" Snowman, you served your time as a steward. What's the penalty for throwing on the wrong tires?
I don't think Sebi wants to know the answer to that one.
I don't think he does. No.
No, it's nothing crazy. I think it's usually like 2 points. And like maybe because it happened in qualifying, so it might be a qualifying ban. Not that it really matters for a guy of Sebi's speed up here.
Sebi.
Yeah, that might be the penalty. That. He knows it's okay. He knows.
I mean, he's had some decent qualifying results. Him and Sketchyable both have had some decent qualifying results. Today, obviously not the day for either of them. Sketchyable and Sebi both pretty far back there. But we'll see what happens. This is gonna be an interesting race. Well, I can hear the lights clicking. But time to go racing, Yellow. Here we go. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And they're off. And it is race time with only 2 drivers starting on the softs. And that's Xylo and Max Turtle. Xylo not getting the greatest of launch. Tachubi gets a ridiculously good one. Flies off the line straight through turn 1 and 2. Keeps the lead. Xylo into third. Marcus into fourth. Eruption into fifth. Bops dropping down the order. So is Max Turtle. Huge ones. Arcadia's out. Oh, right there, center pile.
I saw that. Oh, I had to interject there. That was a bad one. He got pushed to the left side of the track by like 3 cars that were fighting at the same moment. That looked nasty, and unfortunately, the way it looked off first glance, that could be chalked up to a racing incident on lap 1, as crazy as it sounds.
Oh, no, dude. That's a safety car. Obviously, turn 2 right there. It's brutal, but they seem to happen all the time. Minico, Snakey, and Arcadia, our first claimed victims of the Jeddah Corny Street Circuit. And of course, it was going to claim some victims, but I didn't think it was going to be turn 2. Oh, man, that's unfortunate. So whose fault did that look like it was from your POV?
I couldn't tell from the blame. There was too much going on, but the guy that got screwed over the most was Ark, because he was all the way on the left side of the track. He had maybe a 1/10 of a car space given to him. He just had nowhere to go, and he just got shoved in there. I didn't see who. There was like 2 or 3 other cars to his right. They might have gone 4 wide, to be honest, Punju. Which could have been crazy.
It's unfortunately quite possible. Somebody's saying 100% the Ferrari. That's calm.
I didn't even see it. All I saw was like reddish cars. If I saw it clearly, I'd admit it, but I didn't see it at all.
Yeah. Someone say it looks like an eruption. We'll see what happens. It could be. It'll be really unfortunate. This is his first week as a full-time driver too, is it not?
Second
week, yes. Second week, yeah. It'd be a tough second week as a full-time driver if it ended up being his fault. We'll obviously see when the steward's report comes out. It looks like he's going to have to dive into the pits and get himself a new wing. A few people will be going into the pits right here.
Yeah.
However many, I'm not sure. Xylo, one of them as well. That's unfortunate. He was doing so good off that launch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers, 7 drivers into the pits right here. Xylo just opting for tires, not getting a wing. So, what do you think about that from Xylo? That's a bit of an interesting one.
Yeah, that's a shame, but got 24 laps ahead of us, so plenty of time.
That we do. Yeah, these laps will draw on obviously pretty quickly as well. It seems like every single week the laps just get faster and faster.
Yeah.
Literally. But
I haven't looked at the tires yet. I'm curious what everyone started on. Yeah, lots of medium runners.
Yeah, tons of medium runners now. Basically, everybody was on mediums. There was a couple people that jumped off to the hards, and like 2 people started on the softs, I want to say. I think Xylo was actually one of them, which is probably why he jumped off and got into the mediums so quickly.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it seemed like pretty pretty level pegging when it comes to strategies. Everybody seemed to be kind of the same mind. Let's go ahead and take a look at who's gained off of that chaotic start and who's lost. Obviously, right now, the biggest gainers are Rich Sebi up 12 positions into 8th. So making up for his silly qualifying mistake on the wrong tires. Nice job. City of R, Sketchy Bull as well, also up 9 right next to him. The biggest loser, unfortunately, besides Arcadia, down 14th and DNF'd. On track still is Xylo, down 8 after taking a pit stop early, but not taking a wing. Again, still not really sure why. Probably just getting off of the tires he had and opting for an early tire switch. Tachubi and Esteban are literally the only 2 people on track that did not change positions. So
the top 2. That's
that's
crazy.
it, dude. That's all we got. Marcus Lib's already up in position as well, puts himself into 3rd. Cookie is down 3. He's out into 13th. Cookie doesn't have to DNF, of course. He could just get bottom, 10, and that would be and Marcus winning it, and that would be the championship entirely flipped. Even right now, Marcus would be getting 15 points on Cookie, who does have, if I recall correctly, a 24-point advantage. That put it at an 11-point difference. So then a 4th place versus a 0 finisher could be enough to flop the championship at that point for a little bit of a permutation based on points. Points permutation? Yeah. That's a nice tongue twister. Points permutation?
Yeah, I think the way this race has been shaping up so far, granted we haven't had too much of it, it looks like it's definitely going to be going to the final race. From what I've seen so far.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, me and Andy have talked about it a couple times as well. Like, we were pretty certain that this thing's going to go to the very end and, be a final race decider, and it looks like this one's, at this rate, it absolutely will. I'm excited for it. I obviously like a final race decider. I think it's really fun. Usually the people that are in the final race decider don't like it. I've been in a final race decider before. I hated it, so I get it.
Yeah, it gets so intense. You just start counting things in your head and you shouldn't be.
Yep, and then I spun myself out of a championship, so, like, I could have pained myself into Tier 2 like you've pained yourself into Tier 1. So I could have felt it. I'm glad I didn't, but I could have. Is this nice being outside of the action and being in the commentary box this time around instead of being stuck in it?
When you're down in the dumps in Tier 1, as I was for most of last season, it's fun. Very much is. But there are certain tracks where you do have your advantages and you really like to be outside of the booth. Like, this is not one of those tracks, don't get me wrong. I cannot stand this track for the life of me. But if we were at something like Monaco, I'd love to be up here racing.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot more calm in the box, though. I get to just react instead of thinking too much.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, luckily enough, this is basically kind of a... I think it's interesting that you don't like this track because it kind of is just a Middle Eastern Monaco, is the way that I look at it. Is the best way of describing it. Nice and tight, super windy, but not quite as tight as Monaco. Obviously, you don't have those, 20-mile-an-hour corners that you seem to like.
The thing with Monaco is that it's a lot slower. Like, there's more time to think about what's going on, crazy enough.
That's true.
Because you have these super fast corners, your line is gone at one point, you're losing 6-7 tenths.
Yeah,
in like a matter of seconds.
That's actually a really good point. Also, Snowman is saying, Cobb said Snowman is making Ferrari sniper Mercedes cars. This needs investigating.
Why would we snipe Mercedes cars? They're in 9th. Why would we snipe them?
Yeah, good answer. Rub it in. Well, let's see what Tachubi is going to get right here on the safety car restart. He gets a really good launch, actually, over Esteban. Esteban get caught super hardcore napping. Marcus Libs, though, was obviously ready, and he pounced. He's just barely a 10th outside of that second place position. He's going to make a move going into turn 1 already. Oh, my gosh, Marcus Libs has absolutely no chill, no patience. He says, give me that position. What a send from Marcus Libs. Maybe it pushed Esteban off a little bit right there, but I think Esteban could have backed out of that one and maybe saved himself some distress. Now he's going to be 3/10 out.
Back 3 wide, 4 wide into the turn before this.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, they backed out. Thank goodness.
Thank gosh. Yes, it's still tight. There's eruption right there next to a Aston Martin and Xylo. It looks like they've already had a little bit of a collision early on, so hopefully they keep it clean. That's so tight. And then he's going to be Xylo with a huge switchback underneath the Ferrari. That was absolutely exceptional awareness from Xylo to notice that the Ferrari was going to have a bad line. Great move from him. Get himself back up in there. Up at the front, obviously, the action's still intense. Esteban now obviously losing that position. He's got Marcus Libs to try to challenge up, but Marcus is flying away. He said, bye-bye, Miss American Pie. I want to get these points. And he is chasing down Tachubi ever so slightly. This is going to be fun to watch the end of this one. I mean, I'm surprised they made it out of that multiple wide spot that you mentioned. As I say that, somebody died.
Yeah, there we go. No one really... Oh, this turtle at the back got a little slow.
Yeah? What caused that?
I didn't see it. I just saw that seems a little extreme to pull out a safety car for that, to be honest.
Yeah, though Turtle is full anteatered. He's got no wing.
Yeah, it
so
looks like it.
something happened.
Yeah, maybe further back and involving one of the other cars back there. But I didn't catch it. I was too enthralled with the racing in the front.
It's pretty tight up there, isn't it? What the heck? That's Turtle's gonna have to go in again. It's gonna be his second stop of the day. Gamer's also already on 2 stops. Master Turtle's so aggressive into the pit stop. But he's gonna get it stopped. He's the only one to pit. It must have been just Master Turtle. He's the only one I think got collected out of that one. That's so unfortunate, man. Mercedes, luck today. One driver already out.
Here's the thing, though, with Master Turtle. Even though he's pitting and he's going to be at the back, if they keep it clean the rest of the way and don't get any safety cars, they'll have a decent advantage, to be honest.
That's a very good point. And he's going to be on hards. Is he trying to run that to the end? What an insane person if he's doing that. I love it, dude.
It's possible. It definitely is.
It's pain, but you can do it. I'm just surprised we're on safety car number 2 in 5 laps. Usually it takes a little bit longer for us to get to safety car number 2. But we'll see. Obviously, we might find safety car number 3 coming sooner than later at this rate. Let's see over under. How many safety cars at this rate? What do you think?
One more. I think we're going to get 3.
3.
I think at a certain point they're going to calm down.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think obviously, a lot of that action's coming from that back midfield, people that are just outside of the points trying to sneak their way in. They seem to be the ones that are having to get the most aggressive, or having, I think, is the wrong word. They seem to be the ones that are getting the most aggressive and trying as hard as they can to get up into this thing. So
I am most fearful for Sebi. The guys behind them are some speedy boys. Xylo and Bops are going to be pushing each other, but Bops is pretty clean with it. Xylo's a little more aggressive. Depends how fast Xylo can dispatch Bops off of the restart. If he does, that's going to be a big factor as to what's going to happen. Which, if they get close, Sebi and Xylo, that might cause their safety car.
Yeah, this will be. I agree. He's the one I think probably the most at risk for some craziness happening around him. And he also, I feel like he just gets so unlucky every single week anyway with who ends up around him. So.
That's the life of being a tier 1 backmarker. No matter where you are, you just don't have any advantages. You're just constantly under the 8 ball. It's crazy.
Yep, I agree. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see what these guys are gonna do on the safety car restart with Tachubi running it back one more time. Marcus Lib's now obviously not having to make a dive anymore. Now he's already dove his way up. Will he be on good defense? It seems like Tachubi's pretty good at catching people out on these restarts. So, I don't know. What are you thinking for the Ferrari's chance, Mr. Marcus Libs? Do you think he's going to be ready to go? Or do you think he might also get caught up by Tachubi in this sneaky restart strat that he has?
Marcus is locked in. Whether he passes is a different question because they've both shown immense pace, but I think they're going to be just leapfrogging with Eston body top for now.
I think
because Drix is on the older hards. Not the older hards, the slower hards.
Yeah.
Excuse me. At least a few laps, they'll be like that.
However, one thing about Drix, it seems like he's the only person in the entire world that knows how to make slow hards look like fast hards. I just don't get it, but I've never seen somebody better on a hard tire than Drix. It is an immense skill.
He is very good at making the best out of worse situations. We'll say that.
I don't know if that's from his practice strategy or what he does. If he's just sitting in Grand Prix mode on a hard race, on a long race, just puts on a hards from the start and just tries to see how long he can go every week. I don't know if that's what he's doing. I bet you he actually does do that. I could entirely see him trying that.
Wouldn't shock me, to be honest. I've had first-hand experience racing this guy. Back in season 4, we had that championship long time ago. The golfing quality is a lot bigger now than it was back then. But he was also good at using hard tires at that point in time. So it's just a long experience with using bad tires. It's good. Yeah.
It is his secret sauce. Now, secret sauce is going to have to come out of Marcus Lib's ears, nose, and mouth if he can take this win. He's got to go fast, obviously, for the next 20 laps we got here tonight. This is going to be interesting. I think the only person who can take these hards to the end right now, obviously, is Master Turtle. Drix will have to get off just based off of the rules. I'm curious to see if Master Turtle does make it work. I'm going to be watching this restart from the POV of Estenba because I want to know how Tachubi and Marcus Libs handle this restart. When's Tachubi going to hit the loud pedal? Looks like he's going a little bit faster than he did last time around. You know, obviously, you know, gets himself to a reasonable speed coming around that hairpin. When's gonna hit that puddle? Oh, he's thinking about it.
They're always playing it.
They're always just waiting. There it goes. There it is. Yep. Tachubi, very, very skilled on these restarts, man. That is something that is a very useful skill. A lot of people kind of underrate. That's Giants fan. Sketchy Bull and Drink's already going. Whoa, it's a huge send. All of them are still sending it. Oh my gosh, that's going to be an outside line right there for Sketchy Bull. They might get knocked up. Oh no, it's Drix going to get knocked up the most. And then Giants fan right behind. They're still side by side. No way they do side by side to turn 4. Drix going to back out of it, plays it smart. And that throat yogurt throwing himself into the corner, not realizing that Drix is going to back out of that one. He gets himself a broken wing. Sketchy Bull is going to pass his teammate pretty easily. Yeah, there goes wide, very wide, yeah. Oh, man, that was a mistake. I think Throat Yogurt should have realized, yeah. Oh, Drix probably... Oh!
Oh, not the best of rejoins, going to be honest.
Yep.
And there's another safety car.
How? In the world? It's on standard.
And Marcus Libbs was fighting with Estenbot at that time. I think the game did release Marcus ahead of Estenbot. They were side by side at that moment.
Yep. Also, yeah, so...
Yeah, it didn't look like the best of rejoins.
It didn't look great. I'm not gonna lie. It did not look great for Throat Yogurt. I mean, he obviously paid the dear price for it. He's got no wing at all. There's your third safety car, though. I mean,
yeah.
We'll see what happens. Also, Miniko says he's mad because he says, my bad luck is coming back 4 weeks in a row with no points. Yeah, Miniko's bad luck is back. I still remember Miniko's first season.
Great.
Do you remember that one, Yellow?
Oh, yeah.
Was-
I was in that season with him.
That was a good time, wasn't it? For everybody but him.
I'd always just wait because I was like I was like a lower mid to like back marker kind of guy. So I'd always just like wait and count down the clock to when he'd show up near me because he got involved in something. Like it was like every race I'm like, all right, now lap 14, a little bit late this time. Usually he's here a little earlier, but he gets involved. He got involved in so much stuff that season. It was crazy.
He finds a way. Oh, Miniko probably hates this conversation so much. He's like, hey, shut up, guys. Don't remind me of this crap.
Hey, it's fair, at least that pace.
That's true, yeah. Now, all of you guys will be popping onto these hards. They're going to take them, obviously, to the end. Mark 7 Hitch will be getting on the whites as well. So every single driver that has just pit this lap has decided to go into the hards. They're going to try to take them all the way through. I think that's probably a smart move as well, unless there's a 5th safety car, in which case they're going to get the mediums, because mediums can also go the length of distance. Once you get to, I think, lap 12, you can do it. It'll suck, but you can do it.
Yeah, and again, the entirety of the top 8 actually, top 10 actually, all opting to not pit.
Yeah.
Which could kill them if we're not having any more safety cars. Like, it could.
Well, Eruption and Cookie have both pit once.
Yeah, Estenbot made a very smart move, I will
Yes.
say. If we don't get another safety car, he's in a grand old spot in 12th.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I
It
agree.
will come through later.
However, that's a big if. You know, you never know with this tier if we're going to get him, when we're going to get him, kind of thing. It does really throw off your strategy planning when this happens. So I'm curious to see how they're going to handle, you know, this change of strategy. Them being Tachubi, Mark says Tachubi a little far back from the safety car. I think he might want to catch up a little bit, but there he goes. I'm just playing it cool, calm, and collected. Okay, cool. At the back, it's going to be the car, Throat Yogurt catching up to the back of the safety car pack. Safety car will not go in this lap no matter what, as it's only made its way around go once as soon as they come around this lap. So they will not be able to collect 200 quite yet. There's a Monopoly joke for you. You're welcome. Speaking of Monopoly, Aramco. Anyways, like that one? It's a business joke. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll be here all week, actually, just really
They got
only
that
today.
plastered around the entire track, letting you know who bought this trick, who bought this race. We're letting everybody know.
Yeah, we all know. It's Aramco. Them and STC, whoever they are. No idea. Well, you know, Cookie's in an interesting spot. He's the only driver out there on softs. 7 laps old that he's got right there. I think his advantage is all gone when it comes to that soft. So they're basically existing as if it's like a slightly used-ish hard at this point.
That was an interesting choice from Cookie, too. I feel like he should have pit.
I think so, too. Yeah, he wanted the track position. I get it. But, you know, to what extent? That's not worth it.
It will dissipate very soon.
Yep.
If the longer he stays out on this.
Are him and Eruption homies?
I don't know. They're kind of giving each other like love taps on the side.
I know. That's what I'm seeing. I'm like, they're getting right next to each other in a safety car. I have a feeling they know each other. I don't know. I just get this vibe. I feel like all these guys know each other at this rate, dude. It's crazy. They're all one big cabal of speedy kids that hate grass.
Absolutely.
Can't touch it.
They haven't seen a blade of grass in their lives.
Entirely. It's because they're allergic, okay? Let's have some compassion. It's obviously allergies.
They either haven't touched grass or they're AI robots sent from different planets like Marcus.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is a Marcus right there.
That man is not human.
It's too dang quick, dude. Well, Marcus Libs obviously is going to have to pull out that alien gene and use the max out of it here on starting on lap 10 when the safety car does go in. Let's see what he can do in this scenario. Tachubi's already shown 2 times in a row that he's really good at restarting these safety cars and catching and napping. So Marcus has to be on the lookout for that going into this next lap. Safety car will be coming in. Get ready for some full-on action. Drake's recovering himself up into 4th after having a big tap with Giants fan and Sketchy Bull. Is really impressive. The fact that he's still there is so impressive. So I'm excited to see what he can do from that position as well. Now we've got Giants fans POV for this restart instead of Esteban's, which was last lap as he did go and make that pit stop. So we'll see where they're going to hit the go button. When do you think he's going to do it? Same spot? I think it's going to go earlier or later this time around.
I think it's going before the final quarter, if I had to guess.
Well, we're at the final corner right now almost. You can see them winding around right there on the left side, trundling down nice and slow. I haven't seen it go fast yet. Wait till afterwards. Looks like it's going to be the last spot. The same spot, yeah. And if this is the same spot, Marcus will have paid attention to where that is. It's going to be this white line right here. Oh, and it was. But Marcus called it a little bit too early, I think. And that's going to let Giants fan get a heck of a run right there. He's going to burn that energy out, too. He says, give me this position on the outside. Gigantic late send right there. Marcus, though, backed out of it for sure. That was an early back out from Marcus Libs. Absolutely. And there's a yellow flag. Essenbaugh. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I saw Wing getting flown around, but oh, yeah, he's giving a little wiggle. He's not happy about that one at all. It's Tachubi at the front, though. Giants fan, his team principal and teammate for the night. Master Turtle with a 5-second penalty for cutting a corner as well. Unfortunate for him. He's right there in the mid-pack, sitting in 10th. Marcus Libs got caught out, obviously, on that restart, but it looks like he backed out of it as well. Cookie going to make a move on Bops. They're actually side-by-side going through the hairpin. Bops gets a big spin. Oh, no, that's going to be a big one. Yep, there it is. Yep, that's a big spin, and it's just a horrible spot.
Yep, there it is. That was... Oh, they're still hitting. They're still hitting each other.
Oh, my gosh. Guys, brakes. Use your brakes. Use your brakes. Wow. There was nothing. Yeah, there was just nothing that Supply Raptor could do right there. Bob spun right in front of him, and it's done.
Yep.
How was Bob alive?
Another tough decision for the guys in the front.
I don't know what I'd do. I would go in at this point. You have to. But those that are on mediums are in the worst spot because they would want to get on mediums right now.
Yeah.
And we can guarantee, I mean, the max we're going to get is one more safety car, right?
Yeah. I don't even know if we will get it. We might have already gotten the 5. I wasn't counting. They might have had a virtual that got upgraded.
I think it's only been 4. I've been watching. I haven't seen anything that pop up that says virtual yet, so I've only seen fulls.
So we'll see. They're approaching the pit lane. The McLarens might have to double stack.
And they're not going to double stack. Giants fan will go in. Marcus stays out.
Stays out too. Okay.
Drix, that was an obvious choice. For sure. Smart move for him. Yeah, he was on the hards. He's going to pop on mediums. Watch this. Watch this green Aston Martin put on some yellow tires. Pops in the pits. Leans in. Yep, that's yellow. So I knew it was going to happen. The medium tires, if you can get them right now, are absolutely the optimal move. But it looks like only a few people could get them. It's Eruption, Drix, and that's it. That can take the mediums right now. So...
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx the guy, but we could have a Sebi points alert here.
Oh my gosh. What?
He'll drop a bit, but points is possible from what I'm looking at here. This is very possible. He could get points.
Where did this guy come from? Yeah. So far, the only 2 people yet to pit this entire race are just the 2 front runners. And they're waiting for one more safety car, of course. However, even if they do wait for another safety car, they're just going to get skyrocketed to the back.
Yeah, they're going to have to, like, fight each other minimally. They cannot waste any time. Yeah. They have to just piggyback off of each other. And even then, it might not be enough. The fresh tires behind might already start to overrun them.
Yeah. Now, one person who's in a really good position, who's probably super stoked and could not have expected himself being here, is Cookie, sitting in 9th after a pretty tough qualifying for himself. You know, obviously he's still leading the championship right now, but it's just not been his race. He's sitting in 9th. He's in some damage limitation mode right here with Marcus Lib sitting in 2nd. You know, it's only a 2-point difference of 9th versus getting no points, but the 2 points could make the difference at the end of the championship. So he's probably pretty stoked to at least have a shot at points today now. After, what was it, 13th or 14th where he qualified? It was not great.
Yeah, definitely. With the fresh tires, too, that's a huge, huge help.
Yep. Yeah, big time. Now, obviously, Master Troll still staying out there is insane. We did note, Minico says, guys, look who's P5. Oh, we noticed. We noticed, Minico. You'll probably hear it in just a second. Yep. Mark 7 Hitch, obviously, looking really solid there in 6th as well, doing a great job to damage limitate as well. Damage limitate? To do damage limitation. Words are hard. Giants fan sitting in 7th. What do you think about Giants fan and his chances right here? And, of course, holding off Drix behind him.
He's going to have a great shot at the end of this race. Drix is going to hound him, though. Drix is not going to want to waste any time sitting behind the guy on hard tires. He knows it's his chance to pounce with the better tires compared to everybody. He is the fastest guy on track right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the one to watch for sure. Him, Estenbaugh, Throat Yogurt, all scary on medium tires. Obviously, Gamer's also out there as well, but I think Gamer's a little bit outclassed by a few of these guys. Though some days he shows up. I can't lie. Some days he comes out here absolutely swinging. So, it is not a foregone conclusion to say that Gamer's entirely out of this thing, but he is on a, you know, he's got to make the most of his tire advantage that he's got. I think you're right, though. Drix will be chomping at the bit on the heels of Giants fan and trying to snap a position as quickly as I can. I wish I could watch 2 POVs at the same time and watch this restart as well as the restart at the front. But, of course, the one at the front is the one that we got to pay attention to because it is championship dependent with Marcus Libs sitting in 2nd. He seemed to also have some troubles with strategy this season and last season. Do you think this could be another one of those moments where that might come back to bite him?
I think he's had too much faith in people keeping it clean.
Yeah.
Because you need clean laps for these strategies to work.
Yeah.
But there just aren't enough. And I don't know. The one thing they do have in their favor is that I want to say half of these laps have been under the safety car. Mm-hmm. So there might not be a ton of wear. And I know he's really good at wearing it, at keeping his tire wear pretty well. So.
Yep.
But he might not be screwed, but it's going to be tough. And he's probably going to try and extend this to softs, if I had to guess, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. And
we'll see how he goes.
That's what you should do, honestly. Like, at this rate, you just got to try your best to do something pretty crazy and just hope you get a soft, you know, hopefully they get 5 to 7 laps of clean running, and then they can swap to softs because everybody would do it. If it's like right around lap 16, everyone will do it. Regardless of where you're at, everyone's going to take it. That's what he needs. 4 laps of clean racing, and then the safety car. And then Marcus and Tachubi are in business for a crazy race tonight. Let's see what they got. I'm on Charles
I will say, I have been keeping an eye on Tachubi's restarts. There's a little bit of, what's the word for this? Gamesmanship, I want to say. He kind of like goes and then stops and then goes. Like it kind of like does like some weird, I can't really tell. I can't tell if it's something
that's a way earlier one right there.
Yeah, there we go.
He's totally
changed the game up.
Yeah, he did.
And I think Marcus actually preferred that, to be honest, because now he's got no one behind him.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Tachubi. We can now run away with this thing. Dude, look at the way that Marcus cuts over that turn 1-2. It's just like so picture perfect how he gets every single pixel of advantage over these curbs. It blows my mind. Now, all the guys behind him as well are also less tight because of the way that Tachubi did that restart. It ended up having a Constantina effect where the fact that he had a bigger gap that was created at the right there. It let everybody speed up faster before a corner, which means that the restart is going to be a lot less kerfuffly going into turn 1. Now, somebody who's about to cause a kerfuffle is Eruption right up on the back of Sketchable. Wants to make a move right here. Yep, he's going to go ahead and take the pass, look for the outside, maybe for an inside. He decides to back out before the hairpin smart move from Eruption. Did have a chance at it. He chose wiser. Farther up ahead, it's Giants fan and Hitch. Giants fan right there with Hitch. Drake's having a bit of a rough start, actually, to this restart. Hitch, though, definitely under massive pressure from Giants fan. Giants fan is going to get the run. Has the ERS. No DRS to his name, obviously, because they don't have DRS yet, and that's Hitch. Giving him just enough room on the right side. Giants fan will probably back out. Yeah, backs out from the Williams. Smart move right there. At the front, you see Master Turtle?
He has arrived at the scene.
He's arrived quickly. He's flying. Oh, he's going to make a send.
A lot more 3 to make this move 50% less already compared to the front runners.
Yeah, Marcus might be, I was about to say Marcus might be wise to let him go. Marcus says, nah, I'm still faster than you around the outside. It doesn't even matter. Marcus only 4/10 away. Look at those 4 fastest laps in a row from the top 4 guys come through back to back to back to back. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're about to get to a collision course right now.
Yes. Absolutely. Mark, speaking of collision course, Hitch, Sebi, Giants fan having a little bit of a tussle. There's Mark 7 Hitch and Giants fan once again. They're still neck and neck, but it's going to be Giants fan taking the advantage after a scuffly turn 1, 2, 3. Finds way through at turn 4. Good moves from him. Rich, Sebi, and Cookie about to have a collision as well, going through the fast bits of sector 1. Cookie has to back out. Knows he's faster.
Master Turtle into the wall. No.
Uh-oh.
So many accidents. Oh, no. Oh, I think I know what happened. Oh, that's a ton of cars. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, they were fighting side by side. I think if I saw this right, Master Turtle may have lost a little bit of traction. He went a little skateboardy. If you know which curve I'm talking about, I think he might have gone onto that one. And then as he rejoined, he just lost all grip as he came back over the curb, and then bam, into the wall. Lights out. Good night. Early showers for Master Turtle.
That's taken City of R and Sebi with him. And now these drivers have the hardest choice of their life. Do they take softs 11 laps?
The front runners have to pit. They have no choice. They have to pit because there's nothing coming up after this.
Correct. It's
done. They have to.
However, everybody behind them has a really difficult choice to make. And also Sebi was cooking, by the way. I just want to confirm.
What?
You've drinks the heck out of him because
I'm watching a little bit of pit safety car.
Did he just try to pass him a little bit there? Uh-oh. No, Marcus. What? Look at the difference in strategy. Marcus might pip him there. No, he doesn't. Almost got a better exit. Whoa. I mean, okay.
I don't mind it because the softs are going to fall off a cliff, but for a few laps, it's going to be painful.
It's going to be tough. He's got to get these things warmed up quick, man, and just pray that Esteban and Cookie behind him don't have crazy runs. I don't know, man. That might not be the tire move.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Marcus to make it work. But
that's fair.
Maybe he just didn't have a fresh set of softs. Maybe he might have used all 3.
Even then, a 2-lap, disadvantage on the softs would have been fine. Also, it looks like Gamer's running still with floor damage. Wow, he's running it. So Gamer's going to be under insane pressure as well because the person behind him is our current fastest driver on the track. Xylo, though, leading the race right here with Giants Fan in second and Mark 7 Hitch in third. That is a podium that I was not expecting to see today. Nice jobs from them. And then Drix also playing damage limitation sits in fourth. Eruption in fifth. Throw Jurgen out in the sixth. Managing himself really well through this chaotic race on those medium tires that will definitely take him to the end. Gamer right there in seventh. And of course, the rest of the drivers behind him all have pit. Chuby, Marcus Libs, Sketchy Bull, Estenbot, Bobson, Cookie. 3 drivers away from an open race. We haven't seen an open race in tier 1 in God knows like how long. Maybe over a year. Do we get it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
10 laps left. Do we get an open race? What do you think?
Tough to say. It just depends because I mean it's been pretty chaotic so far, very frantic. But just looking at the positions, I say it is very, very possible because we got again that mixed up grid of the faster guys all over the place, not just at the front anymore.
Yeah.
And if they aren't careful with the slower guys ahead, they might miss braking points and they might cause carnage.
That is a really good point. I'm definitely gonna be watching closely on Tachubi to see how he handles this restart because he's at the highest risk, highest reward position, being in 8th, but on fresh softs with 7 drivers in front of him that are not gonna want to give it up. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Tilla says, "I'm only just now getting home. How did tier 4 go?" Jim gives us it was a mess.
Less we talk about that one, the better. I think he was asking like Ferrari results wise. I mean,
yes.
Nornbash got some points, but he had to like back out last second. So Nornbash did a super job coming up for us.
Nice.
But yeah, a lot of carnage. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You'll see the incidents. I think we had like 6 submitted already.
Wow.
Stupid like that. So I'm not looking forward to it because I'm gonna have a lot of long nights looking at stuff. So
Yep, playing double duty, team principal, steward life. It's fun.
yeah,
Yeah. It's gonna be
it's
fun.
fun when it happens in interior racing because you don't even want to have to look at it.
Exactly right.
But it's not.
Have to pay any attention to it.
Yeah, a lot of homework to do for the league.
Well, someone who's obviously going to be doing some homework right now is going to be Marcus Libs on strategy, because I mean, honestly, I don't know, dude. The more that I've been thinking about this, the more I think he's just potentially thrown this thing away with a hard tire. Like, I don't see how these have enough advantage at the back end of it to make up the positions that he needs to make up the time. And I think Tachubi's just going to dispatch at least 3 people in a single lap. Like, Gamer, Throat Yogurt, Eruption, gone.
And he's gonna have to be careful when he makes those passes because this track, it tightens up fast. There are certain corners that make it seem like it's inviting for 2 cars, but by the time you get to mid-apex, there's only space for 1. So he's got to be careful when he chooses to make his moves.
That's a very good point. Now, someone who's going to be making a move right now is obviously Xylo and Giant Fan. Does this reminisce you to seasons past where these 2 guys have fought for a championship? And once again, they meet on track, but this time for a safety car restart on round 8 of season 10. Xylo slowing us down to a snail pace. He's waiting, just trying to bait these guys into a bit of a mistake on this restart. He's going to take it right there at the end of the corner, and that's a really good spot for him to go ahead and launch.
Great start. Great start.
Yeah, that was amazing. Drix had the best advantage out of everybody on that restart. He's just barely outside of 2/10 away from the Williams in front of him, but he's going to stop burning his energy. And Giants fan's going to go ahead and back off, and he's going to say, yeah, I'll go ahead and hang out there. Gamer almost getting a send going on Throat Yogurt right there, but Tachubi got caught out a little bit on that restart, so his soft tire advantage did not show up to play. Marcus Libs making the hards look better than what I was foreshadowing. I mean, you said it. If there's somebody to do it, it's going to be this guy. But there goes Tachubi. Look at the way that he's gaining on that blue car in front of him. Gamer is crying looking at his mirrors right now, looking at just this homing yellow-orange missile coming for his rear wing at incredible pace. Barely even using his energy, too. Tries to fake a dive for the inside. Is he going to hang this one? No way he does it. He decides to back out last minute. He had to. That was tight, though. That was tight. Who are you fighting? Who are you looking at right now?
I'm looking at Marcus behind the 2. I want to see if he makes the overtake clean or not. Because right now, they're backing themselves up into Marcus and Estenbach. With softer tires, Estenbach might try something, too. You got to be careful here.
There it is. Tachubi's gone for it.
On Gamer. Yeah.
Yep. I think Gamer kind of let him go. Like, it's not really worth it.
You got to dispatch Gamer as quickly as you can because Estenbach's going to be hounding you.
There it goes. Yeah, there's no chance. Gamer's also got floor damage as well, so I think he's going to play extra careful. Yeah, he's going to go to that, and Gamer probably won't even be sending it. Yeah, he will not. So Marcus has gotten his way through, but Estenbach's just going to be pissed that he's stuck behind now. He's going to want to get through. Great exit from Estenbach. Oh, slightly taps the rear of Gamer. Has to have a slight lift off on exit. That was good dodge. That was good avoidance from a big collision right there from Esteban. Amazing race awareness. Sketchable now caught behind him.
Oh.
They're getting
Tachubi on the inside.
Whoo, Bops. Flies through. And now it's Sketchable and Cookie side by side. Cookie in last place right now. Not for long, though. Sketchable going to have to go around and going to go take the escape road, but just barely holds out the position. Oh my gosh, Sketchable's putting up a heck of a fight against Cookie, the championship leader right now, who's sitting in 13th. Believe it or not.
Technically last place.
Yeah. There he goes.
Crazy.
He sent it. Yeah, Sketchable just said, all right, go ahead. I don't want to fight this anymore. I'm done. Now, Marcus, though, he is split up from the guy he's trying to attack right there, being Throat Yogurt.
Estenbach is right there, too. He wants to get in on Throat Yogurt, but Marcus Libs is still in his way.
Yep. Marcus gets a really good exit, actually, right there. I think he might have Throat Yogurt done. Yep, he's going to have him done dusted.
He might. Depends how much he wants to push for it. He's going to dump his ERS. They're both fighting it. Throat Yogurt will hang it on the outside. Marcus is going to have to back out.
Yeah. I mean, look at just the way that they race. It's so smart and calculated. I love seeing just like they're thinking about every single potentiality that driver might do in front of them at ridiculous speeds. It takes them less than a 10th of a second to make these incredibly precise calculations as to the decision making of drivers in front of them.
Yeah, look at Estenbach. Was it a tap or did Throat Yogurt lose traction? I didn't see it. I was looking at Estenbach.
Yeah, Throat Yogurt lost a little bit of traction. And that's going to be Cookie losing it big time. Oh, big time. Cookie way down the back. Him and Bobs are locked up. Bobs decided to go into pits. Cookie is just going to stay out there. Cookie just hanging on for dear life, hoping that he can get himself a point. And that's Esteban and Marcus Libs still fighting it tooth and nail. But of course, Techubi, we said, had to get some work done, and he's getting work done. He's all the way up into 4th on those softs.
Yeah, but as crazy as it sounds, I think the crossover to the mediums is coming soon. Granted, they are older mediums, but give it 1 or 2 laps, those softs are going to fall.
Look at Esteban, that outside line over Marcus Libs. Marcus going to just stick it up the inside still. He goes for it. He doesn't want to get this one up, but I think the soft tire advantage is going to be good enough on the outside. Yeah, it is. There it is. He just needs to dispatch Drix now and let that carnage, give him some advantage.
Yeah.
There's one. Dude, that was incredibly well sized up from Esteban. Marcus, though, just getting eaten alive right here on these hards. It's not working out for him.
He's got no choice but to bide his time till the end.
Yep. Mark 7 Hitch and Eruption having a little bit of a moment right there. Eruption making a huge send.
Almost right into the back of Hitch. Backs up just at the right time.
Ooh. He's playing it definitely on the edge for sure is Esteban. There's Giants fan Techubi making a little bit of a swap. Techubi all the way up in the lead already. Going to try to take the outside line on Xylo. Xylo not going to want to give it to him. They get a little bit of wheel banging. They get big wheel banging. They're going to go side by side into the wall, and it's going to be Giants fan trying to take the left line. He's going to squeeze himself in there. And Techubi has taken the lead of the race with Giants fan coming out in 2nd. Xylo coming down into 3rd. And it's going to be another pass from Eruption. Whoa, Xylo just getting hard up by Esteban now. Xylo's getting bullied everywhere, left, right, and center. And
Marcus lives on Drix too. He might get a move done into 7th.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there goes Drix. No way he tried to send that.
On the inside. What?
On Hitch?
Oh, Marcus on the inside too. Where did he go through that safely? What?
No, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake.
And there it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, it was about dang time. No safety car will save him as well. It looks like it might be a no-point race for both of our championship contenders if we don't have a big pileup at the front. But this has been a very ridiculous race. That was definitely not the spot for Marcus. He should have backed out on that one for sure. Oh, Eruption hits the wall a little bit. Let's Esteban through.
Yeah, it might be a broken wing.
It just might be. It was enough of a tap to where it looks pretty severe, but it looks like his wing is still intact, at least from visually, so he should be fine for here. That's huge for Cookie. That's a good point, says Minico. Yeah, really big for Cookie. Now it's only going to give Marcus Libs 2 races to make up some points. You never know. Techubi and Giants fan are cooking at the front. It looks like Techubi's actually just kind of playing defense over Esteban more than anything. Holding him off. He's going to have the DRS advantage, and look at Esteban. Look, a little bit on 5% energy. Giants fans, 60%. Giants fans cruising ahead. Techubi going to stay behind his team principal for the night. As a reserve, this is more teamwork than I'm used to seeing out of reserve. What do you think about this move from Techubi?
Yeah, I didn't even know this guy was in the server until like 2 minutes ago before we started this race. This is insane teamwork.
Yeah, look at how much he's holding up Esteban. Oh my gosh, it's mega. Oh no, Esteban smacked the heck out of him.
Oh no, and that's a wing lost, and Eruption's through, and Drix is coming on the outside as well. Oh no, and Techubi is not going to like that. He has no wing, he cannot fight this. There's no shot. Oh my goodness. And Eruption is through.
Whoa, big move from Drix on the outside as well. Yeah, Techubi's going to back out early. Oh man, that is so unfortunate. Techubi was doing so good. He's going to understeer himself so wide onto the wall. Xylo and Esteban both take advantage. So does Sketchy Bull. And Throat Yogurt looking for a spot as well.
I'd like to imagine there will be lawyers out after this for this race. Somebody's going to be hearing from somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
There will be
lots of lawyers. Hey, man, Throat Yogurt's really aggressive right there, but that was the time to take it. They're all being brave. Cookie's into a point right here. Hitch has a penalty. Outside the points, Marcus, I think, will get a point off of Hitch just because of the penalty. And again, Techubi's going to lose another one to Gamer now. Techubi now down to 9th. Cookie will definitely take 9th.
He's going to stay out because there's nothing else to do. Oh, he's going to pit for go for fastest lap, perhaps. Take away from everybody else.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go in, so that's definitely the right move. Honestly, you take that point away from anybody else. It looks like Giants fan might be the guy to beat right now. Eruption is slowly catching up to him, though. It's 11-lap-old mediums versus 11-lap-old hards. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
And as they fight, we have to remember there was that incident at turn 1 at the beginning. We don't know who the culprit was of that. We got to keep thinking about that because Eruption was involved.
Gamer's dead.
Gamer's dead.
Yeah, he got launched at a turn 4. Looks like he may have clipped the wall. Oh, Techubi's DNF'd in the pits. And Marcus just goes skateboarding as well.
Yeah, he's just overdriving.
Yeah.
At this point.
Probably so frustrated by the result and puts him. He's in 9th. I mean, he's still going to get some points. We are one driver away from an Oprah race right here. I cannot believe we've had 9 casualties. I mean, this track is always rough, but wow, 9 casualties in a Tier 1 race is something special. They're racing hard.
Yeah, this is... the gloves have come off. We will say that. The gloves have definitely come off from everybody up and down the grid, not even a select few.
Seriously. However, it is unfortunately quite poetic and representative that both the 2 final finishers right now are Williams. That's a little rough. That's a rough one to look at right there. The Aston Martin team, though, doing great. 2 drivers still in it, sitting in 4th and 5th. Of course, Alfa Romeo
going for it again on the inside of Giants fan for the lead, and he has got it.
I knew it was going to happen eventually, but that's Esteban now. Look at him. 8-lap-old softs. You never know.
But he did also hit, what was it, Tachubi, so that could come back for him later.
That's a really good point, yeah. It could end up being a big penalty. We'll see what happens, obviously. But
yeah, it could be a double Aston Martin podium by the time we filter through things, which is crazy to think about.
Right, it definitely could be. Sketchy Bull right now, guaranteed to get points, assuming he just doesn't get last. Is guaranteed points.
He also did just pick up a 3-second penalty, so you immediately jinxed the guy.
However, Bob's has 18 seconds between himself and Marcus Libbs.
That's true.
So I think he's still pretty safe with a 3. He's quite safe. Esteban looking for a move on Giants fan. Doesn't quite have it on the exit. Wanted to get a bit of a better exit, but it looks like he had to have a little bit of a blip of a lift. Giants fan still 60% energy, just harvesting and holding, staying strong and resolute. He's waiting for his moment to come, and I'm sure he expects it to come sooner than later, but he just needs to make sure he doesn't lose touch. Here, he doesn't lose touch like that. He burns just a little bit of energy to catch up just enough, and the DRS does all the advantage for him.
Double DRS too, so we'll get him into turn 1 most likely.
He stays behind.
Massive ERS advantage as well. He can dump, no problem.
Yep. He's not going to, though. He's going to wait. He just got to worry about the guy behind him. I mean, Esteban is a scary, person right behind him. And he's going to stay back, actually. Esteban trying to look for advantage. Oh, my gosh. Oh, he tried to sneak on the inside. Didn't quite have it. The apex did not open up for him, and he gets closed on by Eruption. Giants fan, good move right there. Drix, though. Look at Drix. He's lurking. I didn't even notice he was lurking right here. He's still quite relevant.
Seems like the entire top 5 is lurking. They're all ready to snatch it in case they steal it up front.
Drix goes skateboarding, doing his best Tony Hawk Simulator, and there goes both him and Xylo taking a bit of a track extension.
Opens the door for Don't Blink, 6th place right now. With the penalty, he'll be into 5th. So.
Wow. You're right. Man, this is scrappy at the end. 2 laps to go here. Esteban, in my opinion, the favorite out of these top 3, just based on tire advantage. I think those 9-lap softs, which are hardly even 9 laps because the first 2 laps of its life were under safety car, they're realistically, maybe only 8 laps old. I think they're going to be just fine in that final lap, and I think he's still going to have the advantage. He just has to harvest his energy and be really smart about how he uses it. Eruption's used a lot more of it. Giants fans still packing a punch, keeping all of it in his bank, and Eruption's going to go early.
From Giants fan, he wants to pass on the last lap. I can tell what this guy's doing. He is doing absolute highest levels of S-housery, as I like to call it.
Yeah, he's full IQ mode right here, and he's going to look for that inside line. Boom, there it is. Nice move. Starting the final lap. He's going to pass it.
Nothing.
But look at Esteban. Dude, he's cooked past Eruption 2. Eruption losing 2 positions in a single straightaway because he just didn't have the DRS nor enough ERS to defend it.
And Xylo catches 3.
Oh, man. So that means Throat Yogurt, 2 positions right there. Boom. He's in 4th.
I'm looking at Cookie. He can get a couple more, too. He can get up to 5th, perhaps, if he gets on with it, actually. It's crazy to think about it because he also had the incidents from earlier. Cookie could be on for some crazy points if by the time this all filters out. So
wow. You are right. Now, obviously, you never know what's going to happen here. I think Esteban's going to be fighting it hard, and he's going to want this win. He's not going to want Giants fan to run with it, but it's a bad exit from Esteban. I think the tires are really hitting their wall right now. So those who are saying Esteban got this, it's not for sure yet. Giants fan looks like the more settled-in driver right here, but just kidding. There goes a huge, huge advantage on an exit for the Haas driver, and I think Giants fan might have to get smart here and back out, but it's going to be a lift there from the
He has
Haas.
tons of battery to use. Giants fans got to use every single bit of it down this back straight. There it goes.
But it's 30 versus 60. I mean, 30% plus DRS is still enough. It's going to be side by side. It's just a DRS disadvantage right here. Giants fan barely going to have enough energy, but he's going to let him go through and try to take him on the line. I think that's his goal right here. Who's going to take it at the finish line? Who gets the better exit? That's a pretty good exit from Giants fan, but I think it's good enough from Esteban. Esteban had just enough energy to defend it. It might be down to the line. It's going to be neck and neck. Neck and neck. Oh, Esteban steals it by 0.04 of a second. Giants fan almost catches back up. That was an incredible finish with Eruption coming home in third, getting a front row popcorn-worthy view, and Throat Yogurt gets a fourth place finish for his consolation with absolutely no penalties. Good job from him. Drix into fifth, Cookie into sixth. You're right, grab some good ones. Silo into seventh, Sketchball into eighth, and Marcus into ninth. I'm sure he's going to be hoping for big penalties for people in front of him to move him up the field.
What a frantic ending.
Yeah.
And Bobs will come home for the final point.
That he will. He gets a point. Bob gets a point. We'll take it. Wow. That has made this championship extremely difficult for Marcus Libs. He's got 2 rounds left to go here, and he needs to make these work out well for him. It's going to be tough, but if we know somebody out there who can still put up a fight to the final round, it's Marcus Libs. But of course tonight, the man of the hour, it's Esteban with a phenomenal win for himself, followed by Giants fan in P2. Great return to form for him, and Eruption coming out in third. If you want to go ahead and send them all messages to put them in the interview room, that would be awesome. Outside of that, we got...
I do have to bounce for the NA lobby.
That's fine. If you could just send them messages, and then I'll drag them in.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Bless your heart. Thank you so much, sir. Hey, by the way, that was super fun. That was awesome fun. That was a great run, wasn't it?
That was crazy. That ending was something else.
It was wild. Very wild. If you're able to just, like, go mute and, like, you can turn off your camera but stay in here, that'd be awesome, because otherwise it'll mess up the cameras.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bless up. You're amazing. Appreciate you. Well, that's fourth place going to Throat Yogurt, fifth to Drix, sixth to Cookie, seventh to Xylo, eighth to Sketchball, ninth to Marcus Lips, and Bop's running out our top 10 with only one more finisher, Mark 7 Hitch. Insane finish right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar, obviously, before we get out of here. That is round 8 of Jeddah, round 9 at Belgium, and round 10 in Australia, both of them known as quote-unquote wheel tracks that are a little bit tough for controller drivers. Belgium, it's 50-50. But Australia, especially, pretty tough for drivers that are on the controller. So, Cookie still at a bit of a disadvantage here in the championship when it comes to the style of track. But Marcus Lips has it all up against him for tonight. We shall see how he handles it. It's going to be quite interesting. Now, bear with me, guys, as I get everybody into the interview room. It's going to be a little bit scuffed as I walk off the camera, like, almost entirely, because I just got to, like, literally walk over and drag people because I don't have a mouse next to my hand. But we shall be... Actually, wait, hold on a second. I might be able to... be a genius, because I actually am a genius, and I forgot that I have 2 computers. So let me go ahead and drag some people in. Let's see who we've got in the interview room right here. We've already got Eruption and Giants fan. I'm gonna go ahead and get Eruption there because he obviously came home in third. Let's bring him into the media box too. Mr. Eruption, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
What's going on, dude? What a freaking race tonight, man. Oh, that was up, down, left, right, and crazy. How the heck did you manage that?
Well, kind of a lot, and when I said the word Jeddah, then you probably know everything.
Wait, say it again?
If it's Jeddah, then you might know, because
Yes. Dude, it was absolutely insane. It was so wild. Obviously, there were tons of incidents left, right, and center. It was absolutely wild. There was one that we saw you get caught up with in turn 1. I think I saw you get caught up in something else as well. Like, talking about how you manage your race, how you manage your mentality too. I'm sure getting caught into some stuff definitely messes with your head a little bit.
Like, turn 1 was unfortunate that I got a little bit of wing damage and needed to change my wing. But I knew that it's Jeddah and another safety car would come out after that. But yeah, I fighted through the field and managed to P3, but I really need to rewatch the turn 1 incident. Because,
yeah. It was pretty gnarly. That's That's for sure. But we shall obviously see. I never am one to put blame or fault on anybody until we see all the POVs. So we shall see what happened. But overall, to come home after that, bringing home a third place after looking ridiculously good in qualifying, and then you come home and just find a way back up to the front of that field. It was a great race, man. Well managed with all the crazy safety cars and playing the strategy smart. Worked out great. So good job on that one. Now, it was your second week as a full-time driver here in the Ferrari team, and you've got next week being, I want to say it's Belgium, and the week after that being Australia for our final round. How are you feeling about these last two tracks?
Belgium will be correct for me because of my race pace there. And Australia, yeah, I would say a good qualifying pace and also race pace. But usually for me, my race pace is always better than quali pace. So
good.
Yeah, we will see.
Well, I'd always take race pace over quality pace any day of the week, too. So, yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, that's where the points are really made. You don't get a single point in qualifying. You just get a better position. You just get a better chance of it. Great racing here tonight, man. Really, really impressive to see you go and throw it down, and excited to see more of you throughout the rest of the season. I'll let you go.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for casting today.
Of course. Yeah, it was a grand old time, dude. It was wild. All right, man. We'll see you later.
Yeah, see you.
All right, guys. Now it's time for me to, again, be a really great streamer and bring in Mr. Giant's Toast. What's up, dude? Welcome back to the podium.
Hello.
It's taken you long enough. Holy smokes.
Hey, strangers. I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
I know. Well, you're only talking to me. Unfortunately, Yellow Snowman had to jump over to no assist. He said that he thought you smelled, so he was like, yeah, I want to get out of here. Get no assist quickly.
Not
Yes, he does.
committed. Not committed.
He says yes, he does. Oh man, that was a great race for me, man. That was extremely well managed for the ridiculous, crazy, insane lack of strategy, because there's no way you can predict 9,762 safety cars. It was bonkers. We had all 5 before we had 9 laps to go. So there was not.
Yeah,
we did finally get 9 laps of clean racing, but it was after all the safety
we
cars.
we did so good last week, and it just went all downhill this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what you expect. It's Jeddah. It's always going to be wild. And it's one of those things where it's the same amount of mistakes that usually happen in any other track, but it's the way the track is designed that is inherently good at collecting people into stuff. There's really, if you make a mistake, there's really no way not to do it just on your own. It's gonna catch somebody else out. So it's just one of those tracks. I don't really think it was inherently any better or worse than any other race. It's just the consequences are bigger here.
Right.
And speaking of consequences, I mean, your consequence was positive. Your consequence was a great podium. Second place, there's a potentiality for a penalty from the guy in front of you as well. So could end up being first, after everything shakes out. How are you feeling about that race? Did you feel like you had the pace to win from the start, or are you kind of shocked?
I definitely didn't have the pace. It was just the way the race worked out. I just tried to keep my nose clean and get ahead of the guys that were quicker than me, like Marcus and Estenba, and just hope that everyone in between them could hold them off, and it worked great up until the last lap, and then not
I
so
know,
much.
dude. That DRS chicken that you guys played, it wasn't even quite chicken, but it was more so just the way that honestly shaped out for the final lap was exceptionally good watching for us. You gave us great television, so I appreciate that. And to go down to the line, what was it, 400th of a second between you two? 500th of a second? It was tiny.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, once we exited the last corner, I was like, no shot, I get this. And then he started to run out of ERS as we were getting closer to the line, and I was starting to gain a little even quicker, and it was just wasn't enough, unfortunately. I think if I could have gone side by side with him to that final corner, I might have had a chance, but
Yeah, you would have.
that ERS down the straight before the final corner was just too much.
Yeah, it was big. And I mean, he had done a good job to start saving up his energy about 3 laps prior. I think he realized, all right, I'm burned out. He was down to maybe 10%. And he was like, dude, I'm burned out. I don't think I can really do anything with this at this rate. So he decided to back off, play it smart, and he built up about 40% before that final lap. So that's really what did it. You had 65, he had about 40, and it was just it was going to be a DRS battle no matter what. So, I mean, overall, I think you played it great. Get yourself back on the podium, finally. Been a long time.
I know.
And ready for potentially more of these last 2 rounds. You got Spa and then Australia afterwards. I don't think I've ever actually seen you race Australia.
We did it one time in season 7, and that was my last DNF in MRL.
Yes!
So
That's
not
the
great for.
That's why I'm not
Not a
remembering,
good
because it
sign.
didn't last long for you, did it?
No, that was my last DNF all the way back in season 7, and I'm just
Crazy.
not a fan of the track. So
Since season
hopefully we
7.
don't recreate that.
Hey, I mean, I think it'll be fine. It's going to be the same weekend as Sebring as well. So, you'll be very well
great.
practiced. You'll be super well practiced.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just something to think of. For those of you guys that are in the chat that are iRacers as well, it's the same weekend as Sebring 12 Hours. So, a few of the Tier 1 guys are going to be a little bit rusty that day, I guarantee.
I'll be crying myself to sleep that night.
You, Arcadia, and a few others that I know are going to be running Sebring will be definitely big struggles. Cookie might even do Sebring. You never know. So that would make it extra interesting. However, if he has a championship to fight for, I don't think he's touching the Sebring. I think he's going to say, now, I'll go ahead and win this championship first.
So these championships are hard to come by. You got to get them when you can.
They're pretty tough. Though you're one to talk. You've got 4 of them. Relax. Hard to come by over here.
They were not easy though.
There's
now
still
I'm,
4.
Now I'm experiencing the side of it where I'm not winning, so it's like, all
How does
right,
it feel?
I
How does
miss
it feel? Yeah, I haven't had one since
I
season
miss it.
2. Gosh, literally 3 years. Actually, 3 years ago, as of like this month. I'm not even joking. I think.
So these 2 seasons
Yeah.
that I've gone championship lists have been enough
Yeah.
for me to be sad. I don't know. I
Imagine.
don't know how I'm gonna do it going forward.
Imagine 8. Yep. Yeah, it's rough. Well, man, great racing tonight. Enough about me and more about you. You did a great job, and I'm really excited to see you go and finish off the season strong. I think you're gonna do a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate
course.
that, and thank you as always for calling these tier 1 races. Yellow, thank you for stepping in
Yes,
if he's still here.
I think he's still here.
Yes, I'm here.
He never leaves. He's always lurking. Well, man,
But,
excited.
yeah, thank you guys.
Yes, thank you, man. We shall see you next week. Actually, we'll see. Are you gonna do NA tonight or no?
I will not be. Everyone decided to check in the 1 week I was gonna do it, so
Then
no
we
NA for Giants.
Well, then we shall see you next week.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Thanks,
Adios,
guys.
amigo.
Adios.
Well, guys, that's the end of our night here tonight. Obviously, Yellow Snowman, or the ghost of Yellow Snowman, is still here with us, but he has already foreshadowed the fact that we are about to start our no assist race here tonight. Everybody, make sure as soon as this stream ends, go jump over to no assist. The stream will automatically redirect you to it regardless, so too bad you're going to get forced to do it, and it's going to be for your own good because no assist race is always exceptionally fun. The action, if it was something to, this good of a spectacle here in Tier 1, imagine when nobody has a racing line. It's just pure insanity. So I'm really excited to see how no assist works. It seems to always end up being the cleanest tier as well, which is great to see. So you'll see a little bit more racing action, a little bit less safety car action. So that'll be fun to see as well. Into next week, obviously, we're going to go to Belgium. The championship has gotten wider, actually, for Cookie on an advantage. He's now gained, I think, 3 points over Marcus Lids after today. 3 or 4 more points. And so that's going to put him at more than a full race win ahead at this current moment. So now Marcus Lids has to claw back half of a race win for the next 2 races, or a full race win and then some for 1 more race. So he has to finish ahead of Cookie 2 weeks in a row. If he loses any more points, it's done. He cannot finish behind Cookie ever again for the rest of the season if he wants a championship. Fun little fact for you guys. Penultimate round, obviously, being Belgium. It's going to be wicked. Until next time, I need you guys to do me a favor, as always. Keep being wonderful. Keep making the world a better place. You guys are amazing. We shall see you next week at Belgium. But before then, go enjoy some no assists tonight. Adios!